Hello and shalom, friends. This is Mayim from Aruka.com, the Holistic Life Academy. For anyone who is interested in learning more about our program, about how to become the healer of your home and your community, and building a profitable online health coaching business, I'd like to invite you to listen to this interview that I had on Dream Chasers Radio with Yaya Diamond. Yaya Diamond is actually the cousin of Bobby McFerrin. And so Bobby McFerrin, his song "Don't Worry, Be Happy" is a classic song that my family loves listening to on Fridays as we are getting ready for Shabbat, preparing our house for the weekend. So if you're interested in learning more about our program, I invite you to listen to this interview.
My doctor knows me. If I tell her we need this, I want to check it, she'll do it for
That's
me.
good. You have to
Yeah.
take your health in your own hands. You
Yeah.
you you are your best doctor.
Oh, yeah. And the reason that I'm actually doing the vitamins and doing certain vitamins that I have here is because my doctor recommended that I take these vitamins. So
That's great.
she is more natural. She's like, if you don't need to take Tylenol, do not take Tylenol because it can stop your heart. And she's like, I would rather you go ahead and drink water and take rest, loosen any tight anything in your head, get into a bath with some magnesium, you know what I mean? Some Epsom
Wow.
salt. So
So that's a
she
good
said,
doctor.
yeah,
That's a good
she's really,
doctor.
really good. So that's
They're hard to
well,
find.
I would like to read a testimony from a prospective client of Veruca.com. It says here, I have been a longtime client of Mayim and her holistic company, Aruka. Mayim is someone who believes in the intelligence of the body as well as its capacity for self healing. She is also skilled in a wide variety of herbal remedies, many of which she has shared with me. It is through Mayim that I was introduced to naturopathic perspectives and practices, such as those taught by the late Dr. John Christopher and his School of Natural Healing. Much of what I learned while studying these teachings inspired and empowered me to take even greater control of my health and wellness journey. For this alone, I will be forever grateful. Mayim and the entire team at Aruka have always been extremely professional and helpful. She and Aruka are generous with their time and advice, and I know that they really care about me. The guidance and remedies I've received over the past 5 years have equipped me to support my body through any challenge. Because of Mayim, I have a deeper understanding of an appreciation for my body's natural healing process. I have learned to not live in fear. I have learned to trust my intuition of what my body wants and needs, and I live in greater freedom and awareness of my body's innate wisdom. Sincerely, Whitley Bonner, founder of Cobb and Bale Natural Building and EMF Shielding.
I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. Hey, what's up, people? It is a wonderful day. I love it. I love this. I love this. I have a wonderful, wonderful guest on the show today, and we'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. You just have to stay because this is going to be very interesting. So we're always talking about learning different things and being certified and getting this and getting that, especially now that we have more time to do it. Some of us. Anyway, so I have a guest on the show, Maya. She does these things and she has a program. She's going to talk about all of this stuff because, I just can't do it. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me so much. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So earlier I read a testimony about the program and all that stuff. How did you get involved with this?
Yeah, so we have the just want to introduce it a little bit. We have the Aruka.com Holistic Life Academy, right? And so we teach at our school, we teach mostly, mainly naturopathic herbalism, and that includes also health coaching and online business marketing. So how I got into it is basically I've been doing this on a one-on-one basis, helping people with their health and their healing since 2009 is when we started Aruka.com, when we launched the website. And I was doing it just on a one-on-one basis, helping people with different sorts of, issues, including, some of the top leading diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, and also some very common things such as, like eczema and urinary tract infection and back pain and stuff like that. And so I would teach people on a one-on-one level, but then I started, getting people telling me that, can you teach me to become a health coach and become an herbalist? And at first I would say, well, no, I'm not really interested in that. I really like just helping people on a one-on-one basis. But then, like the whole COVID thing happened. And then I also started getting people who were medical doctors who started coming to me and asking me for advice and to help with with themselves or with their families and friends. And I had, two who were medical doctors also start telling me, like, you need to start teaching, you need to teach, not just, work one on one. And so I was like, okay, well, I know there's a great need right now. People are a lot more conscious about their health, and people are wanting, holistic, natural methods. And, I kind of took it as a sign, if I have medical doctors telling me that I need to do this, I feel like, maybe God is sending them my way and like, hello, like, when are you going to listen to me? So I felt like this is like my purpose, my calling, and my service to the world. And I think with this, I will be able to help people on a more massive scale than just one-on-one, although I really do just love helping people and helping them transform their lives.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, okay, so who is suited to be a student at your school? I mean, like, I know it's not for everybody, but specifically, who would it be for?
Yeah. Well, when we developed the program, I was really thinking of where I was at back in 2000, I think it was 2005 or 2006. Basically, I was a young mom. I was um, I was desperate for answers. I had health issues of my own, and then my sometimes my children would have issues, just like normal issues. But
Mhm.
when we would go to the modern medical system, and we'd go to like standard medical doctors and stuff like that, they just basically they kept failing me, and they kept failing us. So I had this really big event that happened where I felt like I was going to die. I basically started getting massive migraines, and I thought I was going to die. They just kept getting worse and worse and worse as time went by. And I just said, I think I'm going to die. Can you please take me to the emergency room? I told my husband that. And that was back when, we only had two children, and we rushed to the emergency room. And they tested me. First of all, we waited for like hours, in the middle of the night, right, at the hospital, and they ran all these tests on me. And then I saw the doctor. I probably talked to the doctor like 15 minutes total. That's it. And the conclusion was, there's nothing wrong with you that we could find. Maybe you have a tumor, but we'll need to give you a very expensive test in order to find out, a CT scan. So I was like, okay, well, I guess, whatever. And they're like, well, insurance doesn't cover it. And so it's going to cost $2,000. Well, I ended up spending $4,000 because the doctor didn't really know, like, all these little things add up in the hospital. And $4,000 and hours in the hospital later, the doctor comes back to me again for like 5 minutes and says, there's nothing wrong with you. The tests were negative. You just have a bad headache. Here's some, medicine. Go home. We can't do anything to help. And I was like, $4,000? And like the whole night spent at the hospital, like, didn't you spend, the average medical degree? It costs $150,000 to $400,000, I read. And 150 to to $400,000 and you can't get rid of my headache? Like, that's ridiculous. It's so crazy. And
Wow.
that wasn't the only thing that happened to me, but that was like the last straw. I was like, this is crazy. Like, okay, obviously this is not where health and healing can be found.
Right.
And so I became a naturopathic herbalist and a health coach. And I studied and I learned exactly what my body needed. There are many cures for migraine. It depends on what your specific imbalances are. Is it nutrition? Is it stress? Is it is it a combination of different factors? Are you in a bad kind of environment? Do you have radiation coming at you from various sources? These are things that medical doctors do not study. So that's why I have some of my testimonials that I have on my website. 2 of them are by medical doctors who come to me for health and healing advice sometimes. So medical schools don't teach what we teach. And so back to your question, you asked, who is the school for? And really, I think the school is for everybody, but specifically for anyone who wants to unlock the secrets of true health and healing. But honestly, I believe that these things that we teach at our school, they should be taught in high school. These are very basic things. Like we teach our children, like biology and chemistry and physical sciences and different things. My children, I homeschool. I have 7 children and I homeschool, and they learn algebra 2 and they learn calculus, and it's like, are they use calculus? Like maybe if they become an engineer or something, but they're spending like 2 years. Exactly. I wasted so much time with calculus. It was hard, but like they spend so much time learning all these things that they don't use and they don't really need in life. I mean, I love math. I was a math buff. But if I could trade that time that I spent in high school to learn what we're teaching here, it would be worth, it would be so worth it. And so that's actually what I do with my children since I'm homeschooling them. They learn, instead of, they learn regular science too, but they don't spend as much time on it. But what they learn is they learn how to take care of themselves. And our family, we never need to see medical doctors. We don't take any pharmaceutical drugs. Actually, one of the testimonials that I have on my website, it's by a medical doctor who, I help. And he was surprised to learn that we didn't have any kind of drugs in our house, like no Tylenol, no aspirin, like we don't need it. He's like, wow, that's amazing. And he was amazed to know that we don't take antibiotics. Like none of my children have ever taken over the counter or prescription antibiotics. We do everything naturally, and we're not afraid. We're not afraid of anything that comes our way. We're not afraid of COVID. We're not afraid of anything really, because why do we need to be afraid when we are empowered with the knowledge to heal ourselves? Okay. So really the kind of people that are attracted to my school are people who want to take care of their own family, right? And maybe their own health conditions or their children's or relatives or friends. And they're very holistic minded, but their information is incomplete. It's just like Dr. Google and that's it. And that's not really, it's not going to give you, the true confidence and healing power in holistic health and natural healing from just a bunch of Google searches. You really, something else that's really lacking, especially with other health coaching schools and certification programs, is that they're not learning from the top healers of our day, the people who are really, causing waves in the field of health and healing. And they're really learning just really basic and generic stuff. So there's people that will come from other health coaching schools and they feel inadequate and they are lacking in confidence and they don't go on in their career as a health coach. They never start. They go and they seek other programs or they just completely drop it all together because they just learn some very basic things in most health coaching schools. They don't go deep and they don't go broad. And so we've also attracted, like the testimonials, we've also attracted medical doctors and people who are already health coaches, or maybe they're in some kind of health field already, but they just want like a deeper knowledge.
Right.
So it's really tailored for the beginner, but we also attract people who are in that field already and just want to deepen their knowledge. But really, I wish the whole world knew about what we teach. I wish the whole world could be empowered to be healthy and heal themselves. It should be basic. There's a quote. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna go to my website real quick. I hope I can find the quote real quick. If
So
you would
that
allow me to read it.
your website is pronounced
Aruka.
Aruka.
Aruka.com. Yeah.
Aruka.com. I was just looking at the screen. Aruka.com. Okay, great. And what is that? I mean, how did you come up with that name?
Yeah. So there's a verse in the Bible. I believe it's Jeremiah 33:3, where it talks about how God will bring complete health and healing. And the Hebrew word there, or the root of it, anyways, is Aruka. So it stands for like completeness, like, and that's kind of like what the word holistic means, right? It's like whole, complete, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to read this quote it's on my website. It says, well, the main quote that I have is, "The creator of heaven and earth is the great physician, and he can heal anything from sickness and disease to broken hearts and homes." And really at Aruka, it's not just the body that we focus on, it's also the mind, and it's also the spirit. So our relationships that we have could be causing us to be sick. Our environment that we're in, our friends, our coworkers, we might be stuck in a really bad situation, and it could be causing cancer or high blood pressure, from the stress. And all these things are really what you have to look at. And doctors won't go into that when you go see a doctor. They don't even address the physical issue, let alone the mental, spiritual, environmental, relationship issues that could be contributing to sickness and disease. There's so many things. Because we're a whole person. What manifests in our body as sickness and disease might begin with, and actually very much begins with, our mind and our heart and what's going on in there. So anyways, there's Thomas Edison, the famous inventor. So Thomas Edison, he said that the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. So Thomas Edison, he was a visionary, right? He invented the light bulb, and even though he's from our past, he's telling us what our future is going to be like and needs to be like. Our medical system is broken. If a doctor, after I give him $4,000, can't even tell me that, I need some vitamins, take these vitamins, take these herbs, stop stressing out in your job, stop worrying so much. God's going to take care of you. Everything's going to be okay. These are the things that healed me, They were like, they had no answers. So what we have today is a broken, outdated system, and it's going to be replaced by this, the doctor of the future. And we're going to teach people how to heal themselves through diet, through environment, by preventing all of these attacks on our immune system, on our lives, on our health. So, I believe that Aruka.com, our mission is to help bring us to that future. And I believe, with everything that's going on right now, the world is really waking up. The world is suffering right now too, but sometimes great suffering also causes great transformation, causes great revolution. So I believe that that's why, this was the time. This was the time to do this. Because there's such a lack, and there's such a consciousness that we need this.
Now, not only do you do that, but you do also business development and marketing. Why do you do that too?
Well, that's another thing where, when a doctor graduates from medical school,
Hmm.
the system is set up in such a way that he can just get a job, right?
Yeah.
It's a very self-promoting system. We have the
Hmm.
pharmaceutical companies who are training the doctors not on holistic health and healing, but on drugs, which
Hmm.
cause further pain
Yeah.
and suffering, right? Further
Oh yeah.
problems, different problems. And so then they also have a great influence on the hospital systems, and they dictate what can and cannot be done in the hospitals. And then they're tied into the health insurance and all this stuff. So it's kind of even though it's a failing system, it's a very lucrative system, right?
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so a lot of yeah, and so a lot of people who when they study holistic health and healing, we don't have that system. You know,
Mm.
we're not here for the money. We are here to heal people, to really truly help people.
Yeah.
But when you do that, you're kind of on your own, okay? Because you don't have these big pharmaceutical companies, these big corporations fueling your career, funding you.
Yeah.
So some of the doctors that gave their testimonials on my website, they talk about how, and lots of doctors talk about this, how the pharmaceutical companies would come to them, and they would give them lavish trips. They would give them vacation stays to exotic places for conferences, but really they're big sales presentations for their drugs. And they offer like gourmet food or whatever. And so there's this very toxic relationship that a lot of medical doctors have with the pharmaceutical industries, and they get kickbacks for recommending these drugs. And so it's like we're not going to have that. If we're recommending to people, if we're teaching people about herbs and eating
Hmm.
organic food and getting rid of the stressors in your life, getting rid of bad relationships, are the vitamin companies going to give us money? No. Are you know
No.
are the you know are is their job going to give us money because we told them to quit that job because it's killing you? No.
No. No.
No. So we need to harness the power of the internet and the World Wide Web, which you and I have been
Hmm.
successfully doing for all this
Right.
time.
Hmm.
This it's so powerful. It's so powerful. And this is what has allowed me to, homeschool my children. I have
Hmm.
I have 7 children, and I have a profitable online business. I used to be yeah, I homeschool and I have 7 children.
Wow.
And I used to be before I got married and all that. I used to be a computer scientist slash engineer at the NASA Ames Research Center in Moffett Field, California. And I
Wow.
loved my job. I loved what I did, but I wanted to be there for my children. So I was
Yeah.
like, I need to work from home. And so I
Hmm.
started an online business. And I ended up making way more money than
Yeah.
I would have ever made at a government institution. You know what I mean?
Mhm. I do.
Because it's a government job. And even though it was awesome to work there and I had awesome coworkers and I had awesome projects, it didn't allow me the lifestyle that I wanted and needed. And so
Mhm.
I think that's, again, we're teaching things that I believe everyone should learn in high
Yeah.
school or at least in college. You know how they have like general studies, everyone needs to learn history, everyone needs
Right.
to learn all this stuff. It's like,
Mhm.
well, I believe everyone needs to know about health and healing. Everybody needs to know about how to have an online business that will allow you to work from home. And I mean, it's the year 2021 right now. There's no reason that anyone has to have a physical job. There's no reason that anyone has to be broke if they don't want to,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. And health and healing comes along with a lot of different things too. It's like you really truly need to be careful about what you put in your body. But not only that, de-stressing. There's some keys to success that you have there. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Um, okay, I don't memorize it, so I'm gonna
It's okay. So you have faith.
pull it up. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I believe that these are the keys to success, to reaching your goal, whether it be your goal in health, your goal in business, just any goal that you have in life. You have to have faith that you can heal. Okay. Without that faith, the doctor tells you like they told me, there's nothing we can do. You're just going to have to suffer. And maybe for a lot of times they'll tell you, or you're going to die. You're going to die in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Look, there's a lot of information out there that can tell you whatever you want to believe.
Right.
So if you want to heal, you need to believe the information that says you can heal. Okay? You need to believe, you need to have faith in, if others healed themselves of cancer, diabetes, whatever, why not you? Why can't you heal? If other people have succeeded and established a profitable online business, why can't you? You need to have faith that you can do it.
Yeah.
I believe that God will bless those who do good, who love God and love other people. So if your heart is true and you're trying to pursue good things, he's going to want to heal you. If you want to live your life helping others, that's God's work, and so he's going to heal you so that you can help others and be a light to others. Just like you're being a light to others by doing what you do and helping people achieve their dreams.
Yes.
So God blesses you because you're blessing others. You have faith, and maybe I don't know how many. I'm going to put this on my on my own YouTube channel. I'm going to put it so in case any of my followers, any of my listeners don't know who you are super awesome, and I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you.
So you're the cousin of Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy. We absolutely love that song, and we dance to it, all the time. Me and my children, like when we're working or cleaning or whatever. And you are also an amazing and gifted and talented singer, and you're in the Reverend Barry and the Funk Band.
Yes,
and
I am.
so you're. I feel like we're similar in a lot of ways in that we're doing all these things, right?
Yeah.
We're doing all these things, and we're trying to inspire people and help people, and and we don't fit in a box where I am this and I do this,
Right.
So you're asking me, well, why do you do this online business thing when I thought it's this naturopathic herbalist thing? Well, it's like, because we're holistic people,
Right.
we have, life would be boring if we only had one interest. I also teach Hebrew, like, because these are my passions. Why do I only have to have one passion?
Wow.
But really the online business part of it really goes with the, it complements that. Okay. And then the other key to success is purpose. We have to have purpose. We have to know why we're doing what we're doing. Why do you want to heal yourself? I wanted to heal myself, and I wanted to learn holistic health and healing because I wanted to be able to take care of my children and myself, and I knew that the medical system is broken. I had purpose. Why did I want to start an online business? Because I wanted to be home with my children. I wanted to take care of them. I wanted to see them, take their first steps. I wanted to be there. It's natural as a mother and as a woman to want to be there for your children. You have to have purpose and you have to have faith. And then the third key to success for anything is diligence. You can't give up.
No.
The Bible says that the righteous, they fall 7 times, but they get back up again. And that's exactly what you have to do. You have to fail if you want to succeed. You have to be not afraid to fail. I'm absolutely not afraid to fail. And I homeschool my children, and they're like, oh, I got a bad grade or, whatever. I'm like, so who cares? Just do it again. Like, I don't sweat like bad grades or anything. I'm like, just do it again. Like, all my children have gifts and talents, and I don't care if they're weak in this subject or that subject or whatever. It doesn't matter. They have their gifts and they have their weaknesses. Right. If there's something that they want to do and they fail, they just have to keep going. And that's the same thing with health and healing as well. A lot of people, they're like, oh, they'll try this one herb and it's like, it didn't work, forget it, and they just give up. And sometimes it's so bad they give up and they're like, I'm just gonna die, seriously. And it's like, no, you have to be diligent. You have to keep pursuing your goal, your dream, whether that's to heal yourself or whether that's to build a business or become a healer. If you have taken like if you're a medical doctor and you went to school thinking, oh, I want to help people, and then you woke up and you realize, oh my goodness, they didn't teach me how to heal people, not to truly heal people. And the things that and this is the story of a lot of doctors, including the ones that have given testimonies on my website. They found that they went to school to learn to heal people, but there was so much that they were lacking. There's so much that they didn't know, so what? Who cares? Just get
Mm-hmm.
up, pick yourself up, and keep going and keep learning and keep pursuing your goals and your dreams. And you're going to get there. You can't be lazy. You can't give up.
Mm-hmm.
So the other one is, diligence. Oh, sorry, I already covered that. The other one is model the masters. Look for people who have successfully done what you want to do. Okay, learn from healers. Don't learn from someone just because the school is popular or whatever. Learn from someone who really speaks to your heart, who shares the same values as you. Um, Cling to people who you have a connection with. And I believe that that's part of where I got my confidence from in health and healing, is I was able to filter out like all, even with the education that I did take, I would say like a lot of it, even though it was holistic, it was still not very powerful, or it just didn't resonate with me. And so I had to look for those, the most inspirational, the most effective healers, and learn from them. And I think that's a big part of why I have so much confidence and why I've had so much success, is that
Mm-hmm.
I've looked for those experts, those masters. And then you also have to have a good support system. If your friends are just people who all they want to do is discourage you and keep you down, you really have to minimize your time with them. They may be relatives, or they may be whatever, but if they're not good for your life and for your health, you need to either say goodbye, or minimize your time with them, and
That's right.
find people like, like on your podcast, who are living their dreams and who are chasing their dreams, whether it's to heal themselves or build a business, or, write a book, or whatever it is that you want to do. Find other people who will encourage you in that. And then the last two are joy and peace. And these are things that really have guided me. Like
Mm-hmm.
joy is a big part of healing. It says in the Bible, like, a merry heart does good like medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's absolutely true. I mean, even scientifically and biologically, there's endorphins that get released when you're happy. You get de-stressed, and stress causes cancer, and it causes your immune system to go down, which causes all sorts of diseases. Joy is so important. And then you also have to have peace. You have to have peace in your heart with what you do, because if you don't have peace, I believe that's God telling you something. That's God telling you you don't have peace. I want to move you on. That's why, I want to bring you to something better. That's why you don't have peace. So yeah, those are, I believe, the keys to success in anything: business, health and healing, just everything.
Wow. Wow. To me, those are amazing points. Amazing points. And I love the fact that you said earlier, you said that this is for everyone. If you want to take control of your health, if you want to take control of your, maybe high blood pressure or even diabetes, I know for a fact, for me, it's just for me, I am a natural, organic herbs. I don't like medicines. We have like different things, colloidal silver. We got magnesium gel. If you spraying something, there's the gel. Go put it on. You know what I mean? So it's like different things and natural things. But also, I kind of started incorporating planting my vegetables and stuff like that. So that really helps me. If I want some basil, I just go out in my garden and go get it. I don't have to go to the store where I don't know how many people have coughed on it, or they said it's organic, but it got mixed in because somebody moved it and they didn't want it, so they put it in the unorganic section, and or vice versa. I don't have to worry about that with certain things because I have that here. So I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and cancers and headaches and all of that stuff can be aided or even cured or even put off, or taken care of, like completely or temporarily. I mean, a headache comes and goes sometimes, but I don't do that. I just take some peppermint, or I'll take something and or I'll drink some water because a lot of times it's just because you're dehydrated. So being natural to me is something that we do in this house as well. My children, they don't know medicine. They don't, just like yours, and it's a wonderful thing. And I commend you on homeschooling your kids. I did the same thing, girl, but I don't have 7 kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That can be challenging, but I commend you for that. Definitely, definitely. And running a business. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is truly amazing. Is there
Absolutely.
anything else that we missed today that you would like to say?
Well, I just like to just give everyone a word of encouragement that it doesn't matter how old you are or what your condition is. If you have faith, if you have, purpose, if you have determination and diligence, you can achieve your goal. You can heal. You can become a healer. You can build your business and just never ever give up and don't let other people steal your dreams.
Mm, very, very important. Very important. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mayim, which means water.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Ah. So thank you, Mayim, for being on the show. And hold on, we're going to have that quote right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dream Chasers Radio. We have Mayim on the show, and she is with oh goodness gracious, I'm going to tear this name up again. Aruka.
Aruka.com?
Aruka.com. I got it.
Yeah.
Aruka.com. I got it. See, and sometimes I'm getting better with the names and all the pronunciations. I'm working on it, guys, and
You're
all my
doing great.
listeners know how bad I am. So I got it.
But they love you
So
anyways.
they do. Isn't it amazing? Thank you, guys. I love you too. Thank you, Aruka.com. That's Mayim with Aruka.com. Go ahead, follow, like, comment, subscribe. See if you wanted to take anything, go ahead and check it out. I'm sure that Mayim will get right back to you if you have any questions. And thank you guys so much, Mayim. Again, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been such a pleasure.
Yes. Okay,
And
bye.
bye. And thank you guys so
Shalom.
much for tuning in. And shalom, shalom, everybody. Until next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I dare to be different. 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 I dare. I dare. I dare to be different. I dare to be different.